Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Wow, last time, our first day in court. Unfortunately, it wasn't with Phoenix and Godot, but with Miles Edgeworth and Francisco von Karma. And wow, things went crazy. Things went crazy. Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna let the entire story speak for itself. And normally you can always go back to previous parts if you missed anything within the story. But anyways, let's get started with we're going back to the investigation. So here we go. And boy, was the the volume on my part was very low. All right, so this time we begin in the Hottie clinic in the ICU. All right, here we go. I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor Mia had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here, this wasn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into the Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy. My ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he will be able to help me. Somehow. Alright, so this time we are now back at the Dusky Bridge. Oop. And here we see Miles Edgeworth. Right. Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? In the anime, this scene, the only thing I'll spoil is the characters in this scene. It's Phoenix, Edgeworth, and Detective Gumshoe. Now, in the anime, the scene in which the characters are at is different. They're actually in the Hottie Clinic Hospital, in the patient's room. Now, we don't see the any image of a patient's room, not until the fourth game for some odd reason. I guess they didn't have enough time to draw up a patient's room, but instead, because after that scene, Phoenix goes with Dick Gumshoe via a patrol car towards Hazakura Temple. So, however, in the game, we are already at the location. Alright, so let's do this again. Right, are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Yeah, in the anime, it actually shows Phoenix with half of his face is, well, green, from his forehead all the way up to his upper lip. It's funny. Or maybe Meridian in are to speak. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. In real life, isn't that still considered a feverish temperature? Comments below, please. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive, despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shichishito did not deliver the deadly blow, which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about anything, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon, or I'll eat my goat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. That is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into, and that is our client's background. Naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. Hmm? All I want is confirmation one way or another. And since I probably won't be getting that from you, sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care. So yeah, Edgeworth, yeah, in the episode Turnabout Beginnings, in a way, he is involved with the whole Dahlia Hawthorne cases. So yeah, this isn't of the last time we see from Edgeworth yet. So, and as for Franziska von Karma, she's only involved because of the incident that happened with Phoenix, and to basically go one-on-one with Edgeworth in a trial, which we all know what happened there. She lost badly, and she couldn't stand it. Alright, so, anyways, I guess I should get moving too. Why? Did you need to be somewhere? Yeah, I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. That's right. Maya's still stuck over at the inner temple. But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. I thank you, Gumshoe. No problem, pal. I just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Boom. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out. I promise. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. Alright, let's go towards the main gate. Because this case is getting even more and more exciting and serious at the same time. Alright, so we're back at the main gate of Hasakura Temple. Come on, please! It's for art's sake! I swear! There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here. The heroine in my book. I'll make you famous. Enough! A fool's who foolishly accepts the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Wait a second. I know you. You're ow! Your reflexes and mine need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up, and you want to grill me over a name? Francie, you can't do that. Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not. I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick. Tell her, would you? She must model for my picture book. Francie's Whiplash Splash, Simple and Magnificent? Picture book, huh? Why do I get the feeling it's gonna be something inappropriate? Anyways, before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew away. I'm telling you. Whoosh, just like that dude with the red underwear. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come back. When you come crawling back to apologize. And off he goes. Yeah, what I just said right now. Off he goes. Phoenix Wright. It's been a year since we last met. A pleasure to see you again. All right, so now let's see what really brought her here. I know it isn't just because of Edgeworth. There has to be something more to it as to her reason as to why she returned to Japan. Whoops, I'm sorry, California. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right, extending my perfect win record, naturally. Oh joy, sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Well, a year has passed. How old is she now? Let's see. She's still 19? Wait. Oh no, never mind. She was 18 back in the second game, so okay. Back to where we were. Has it really been a year since we first met? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I think back in the second game, but in reality, as I said many times, the game takes place in Japan. And the Von Karma family are actually from America. So, for reasons, they had to change everything around. So, instead of taking place in Japan, it's America. And for Von Karma's place of origin, they changed it to Germany. At least I think I need to do more research on that. But if I'm right, cool. If not, I'll leave like a little note on screen. So, all right. Revenge. Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13, which still impresses me. Her father was a legendary prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years, but now he is gone from this world. Spoiler warning, we don't even know that. We don't even know what actually happened to him. Like, he's from what I'm reading, but now he is gone from this world. Usually that would mean that he died, but it's never explained actually. The only evidence of him that we know about is the shot in the shoulder, and the bullet. He has been kept inside of him for a very long time, and that's basically it. Ever since he lost to Phoenix, but back in the first game, well, he's never been seen again. But a reading from this, it says that he's gone from this world, which may literally mean that he passed away. But we don't know that. The story never explains it. So that's a mixed bag for me. So I don't know what really happened with Manfred von Karma. Excuse me. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not for my father's. Are we clear? Yes. Crystal. Alright. Today's trial. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Oh, if you only knew. Because it does. And that's precisely why I am here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kind of cute. Oh. Ow! No smirking. No whipping the sick. That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold killer X, you know. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be Z, but yeah, just roll with it. Alright, what happened? I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes. Every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know? Attempting to cross a burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thought in my mind was I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is so more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's gotta be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. Alright, so we're done here talking with Von Karma, or I think she's coming with us. I'm not really sure. But let's head back towards the main hall. I'm not sure how I'm supposed that's to say. Ma? I think that was one long sigh. Oh, it's Sister Bikini. Sister Bikini? My, I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let a Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. One other thing, during the court, at least I think, during the trial with Edgeworth and Von about karma. I think the name Mystic Ami. Oh no, never mind. I thought it was something. I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise. Now that I think about it, there's an acolyte stuck at the inner temple, and that poor little girl has gone missing too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls? She's missing? Why didn't someone tell me about this earlier? Alright, so let's speak with let's speak to her about Iris. I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least I was until this morning. I don't see any cyclocks, so she must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me? I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble and nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. Alright, the inner temple. Sorry, I had itchy nose. I'm trying my best not to sneeze at all. Though it's easy, but at the same time it is. Alright. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the inner temple. Is that correct? That's right. I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claims she was in her room in Asakusa Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya is stuck at the inner temple. I am so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad. I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes. Just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels of a training hall. We've got to get Maya out of there. Fast. But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of the Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya could be stuck out there with the murderer and no way to escape either. Oh dear. Yes, I suppose it does. Please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster. Alright, Eliza Donan. I'm curious about a few things, if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Donan. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size or her bust size for that matter. Kind of too much information, you know. No. I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. I noticed you always refer to Miss Donham as Mystic Elise. Oh? Yes, now why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know. How old are you anyways? She's 48 and Mystic Elise is unknown. Okay. How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Uh-oh. Oh boy. It seems Miss Elise Donham was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. She was with Mr. Donham on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all got to be connected somehow. All right. She knows something about Elise Donham, so we're gonna have to gather the appropriate evidence to make her talk. So anyways, what about Pearl? Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. Oh man, my head's throbbing so bad, it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Miss Donham on the night of the murder. Remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we finished eating dinner. The murder. It didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on, keep calm. There's only one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Gumshoe, I'm counting on you to check it out for me. So please hurry the repairs up. Yeah, this is getting even more and more serious, you know. Alright, let's go to the courtyard now. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to excuse me. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand. So maybe there are clues that have yet to be found. But we're not going to do that just yet. So, and besides, I think we already have all the clues we need right now. So there's nothing to even do. Hey! What was that jarring, inconsiderably loud yell? So this is where you've been, keeping nice and warm, I see. A detective, have you finished the repair? The bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'll let you know. Well, then I'll come along with you and... Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case. What was that? Well, in a way, she is involved with the case. So, why ban her? What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me. Well, yeah, but that's not when I... It's been a while, Scruffy. You're... Miss Von Karma! And down he goes. Sister, please leave the investigation to me. My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. Francisca, didn't you promise a bikini that you'd give her a back massage? I hope she hasn't forgotten. I am on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to do. As you work to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about Phoenix, right? Ow, that hurts, you know. Silence. I, Francisca Von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me. She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she? Well, unfortunately she is. Alright. So it's off to the suspension bridge we go. But first we have to get to the main gate first. Excuse me. And there we go. Suspension bridge, or Dusky Bridge, that is. Alright, so since it's fully fixed, we can now finally head towards the inner temple gate. Alright, here we go. Things have certainly become a lot livelier than before. They've must have commenced with the investigation. Oh, Mr. Nick! That voice! Pearls! Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick! Yeah, in the anime, it was more sentimental in a way. Cause like, well, think about it. Pearls has been stuck here, in this island, for a while, and well, she was sad and not lonely in a way, because well, there's a lot that's been going on, but more on that later. But yeah, the whole Phoenix reuniting with Pearl, it's like a sentimental, it's a sentimental moment. So, you were here ever since that night? Excuse me. I was so lonely. I thought I was going to die. When I woke up this morning and saw that the Dusky Bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone. She was all alone? It must have been very trying for you, little girl. You're... I am for Francisca Von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year. Well, I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip. Hmm? Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you. I... It looks like Pearl's words got under her skin. But unfortunately, she takes it out on me. Yow! Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave you away. Anyway, Pearls, were you with Maya? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Huh? What are you talking about, Pearls? I... Mystic Maya, and she runs away. Hey, wait, Pearls! She just ran off. Ow! That was cruel, Phoenix, right? To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What was that all about? Pearls acting like that. It's giving me the creeps. I guess I better take another look around. I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. Yeah, about that. Let's have a look-see here at this incinerator here. There's a weird smell coming from that incinerator. The door is also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty. How naive of you, Phoenix, right? But it's a bit strange, don't you think? Francisca von Karma? Excuse me? I seem to remember... There was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix, right? It's impertinent to call people by their full names. You do that too. I was only copying you. Alright, so let's head towards the training hall. And what in the world? A lock? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training, yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen. What's that? That strange lock. I wasn't there 2 days ago. The whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. However, this is giving off some strange vibes. A tasty strange vibes. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix, right? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually... A woman? I don't see any a woman here. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy. Again, it's in actuality, it's curry. And you know, since when the series was brought here to the States, there was a lot of stuff that needed to be changed. But I've seen the anime. It's curry. What's the matter? The scroll. It's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes. There is a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute. I see. No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks. This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. But why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? And that's our oh, this is our updated evidence. The hanging scroll, now covered in tasty gravy. Yeah. Alright, so I think that's the only thing we're gonna examine right now, so I guess what I can do is let's see. Well, there's nothing else to... There's nothing else, so might as well leave the temple now. Let's head towards, Oh, wait. I keep forgetting. There we go. But still, I mean, we can do some little examining on the... on everything, so... Let's see that lock. The store. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. Those chains. It's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psych lock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern? What took you so long? I thought even you'd managed to get here this fast, then, Mr. Trite. Prosecutor Godot, I didn't know you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today? I couldn't ask you I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding. Enough! I believe I have the measure of you. You are the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Who's this wild mare, Trite? This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, Princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins. Just who do you think you are? This case is mine. Hey, Philly. Know your role. Another reference. Are you kidding me? And this is The Rock's lines. Hey, Philly. Know your role and shut your mouth. I can't stand women like you. I'm only going to say this once. Lady Von Wippenberg, go home. Phoenix, right! What are you hitting me for? You deserve more cracks of the whip than that, Trite. What? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo. There's something different about Godot today. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger? Or is it sorrow? Alright, so let's ask him why he didn't show up at the trial. You had some important business that's why you weren't in court. Huh? So, what was it? I've told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of Hiffle to do battle with you. You see, Trite, I've experienced something most have not. Death. So did he. Well, just earlier. You died? Of course, being extradited from Hiffle is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all of your internal organs is, well, let's just say modern medicine allows us to live to a ripe old age. Even someone like me. So, you mean that Mascuware is this ugly device? I promise it's not a fashion statement, my unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I can keep this worn out piece of junk of a body with regular servicing. I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death? How is that possible? What happened? Why don't you ask him? Huh? Me? Yeah, Trite. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended and who ended it for me. Well, Phoenix, right? Do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed. It will all become clear in due time. Isn't that right, Trite? So, what does he mean by something that Phoenix can't undo? Earlier, you said I've done something I can never undo. What do you mean by that exactly? The inner temple here on this side of the Dusky Bridge is an isolated island. That's where Sister Bikini said too. Well, what Sister Bikini said. And I wonder, Trite, do you know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? They're searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Missing? As leader of the search party, I can tell this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of the Dusky Bridge. Huh? But that's impossible. She came here that night and... I won't say it again. The chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. One? Oh, that's inner dialogue. One? Where is that? The sacred cavern, the entrance of which we are standing at right now. This is the only place that this search party has yet to explore. So they haven't searched that cavern yet, huh? Be aware, though, that the temperature inside frequently falls below zero, or below freezing. Even if she was in there, the chances of her being found alive are slim at best. No! Which means, Trite, that you sent Maya Fey to her death. You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now? You must have blinders on, my equestrian angel. So don't you see the big lock and chains? It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, Trite, once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Because of me? And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right. Mia Fey. Mia? You killed her. Man, this guy is really blind. No, that's not how it was. It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man, but she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget. But I got that guy. Personally. Sure, Miss Fey's murderer was caught. But that won't bring her back. Well, no. But you were with her at the time. You and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher? Well then, I'd say you've learned nothing, Trite. You robbed her of her life, and now you've let her sisters suffer the same fate. I haven't sentenced Maya to death? No. Yeah, this guy just doesn't know anything. He's been in a coma for a good while, and now he's saying stuff. He's saying stuff that, like, he puts the blame on Phoenix for something someone else did. All he's doing is putting his entire anger, like his entire frustration and anger, all on Phoenix for the wrong reasons. And Phoenix, for some odd reason, is agreeing with him in a way, which he shouldn't be doing. It's not his fault. Mia knew what she was doing, knowing the consequences of what might happen. But no, this dummy right here would rather put everything that has happened with Mia, like he would rather put the entire blame on Phoenix, and he's doing it for all the wrong reasons. But we'll get to that climax during the trial. Anyways, trick lock. What is this peculiar looking lock? Why don't we just break it open? It would be a simple matter of. I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. The repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would, well, let's just say the inner temple and the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past. Very well. Then dare I suggest the obvious solution of opening it with the key? Yeah, about that. Sure, just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock. There's no keyhole? That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who said this lock is the only one who can open it. Then, who was it? Simple. The accused. What? Iris? When an acolyte undergoes training inside the sacred cavern, the attending sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was to train in there. Sister Bikini did mention it a number of times, now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training. So Iris, the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now. Iris is the only person who can open this lock? I hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out. So, I should be getting back to work. Wait, Godot. How sure about Maya are you? There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the other sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. You'd better start praying. You'd better pray that a friend of yours brings the accused back here soon. Edgeworth? Listen up, Trite. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never. In the anime, when they had this little talk, for the record, for Francisco was there, but Godot and Phoenix were having this that same conversation, and Godot was like so mad that he punched Phoenix in the stomach, and and thus explaining what just happened now. So yeah, for the record, Von Carmo wasn't in that scene in the anime. You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix, right? That's what everyone says. It looks like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. Alright, so let's move towards the inner temple gate. And... I don't know. Should I or shouldn't I? Sounds like someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from? Yeah, I guess I better wash that off. That's what I'll do. No, but I can't do that. I'm a detective. My brain. This is driving me nuts. Is something troubling you, Scruffy? But please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir. It was merely a simple greeting, a friendly tap on the shoulder, with my whip. So, what's up, Gumshoe? Is there something on your mind? How did you know, pal? Perhaps you were trying to decide if you wanted to wash that off or not. How did you know, sir? Oh, yeah, I nearly forgot. You can't go through that a little gate there, okay? You mean that one that says no entry on it? I kinda already snuck in there. Is he trying to be clever or something? So, what's behind there, Scruffy? Huh? A kind of garden-like garden. A garden? Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. I'm not telling you, I'm asking you, pal. You got me? Isn't normally the other way around? Well, see you later. So, shall we adjourn to this garden, Phoenix, right? Of course. What else would we do? I really want to know what Gumshoe was thinking of washing off. Alright, so we are going to that garden anyways. Oh, wow. Look at all this mess. There's a strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling? Forget about that. What's that strange writing on the stone lantern? What are you doing here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here. Don't you know, Scruffy? Von Karma will always show up wherever there's a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here. But... Alright, before we talk to Gumshoe, let's do a little clue gathering here. What the heck is that? Uh-oh. You've spotted it, huh, pal? Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious. It says, Maya. Yeah, and before you ask, it's written in blood. You will answer all of our questions now, Scruffy, without exception. Yes, sir. But there's still one more thing I must examine. Are those leaves? Let me see. I think it's snow, but they look like leaves. But oh well. Let's examine here. A little lantern, a little statue. It's certainly a quaint little garden. Oh. What is this huge bowl here for? Oh, I know this one. It's a water bowl, isn't it? Everything else is completely frozen over. But the ice in this bowl has been broken. That's true. I wonder if this has any impact on the case. Well, I doused my face earlier with the water in this. I was getting kind of sleepy. Next time you're sleepy, you need only to come to me. Got it? I wonder what's that supposed to mean anyways. Let's see. What about here? Okay, I've done that part here. So I can skip that. Skip this. What about here? There are a couple of torches here. I guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains. Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. It looks like they've been lit pretty recently. Recently? How recent are we talking about? As recent as the night of the murder. Maya was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think these things were lit up at that time, I guess. What about here? Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here. And it's almost perfect. A perfect rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though someone has carefully cleared away the snow. No doubt it was you, wasn't it, Scruffy? No, it wasn't me, sir. I was already like that. It was already like that when my men and I got here to start the investigation. If it wasn't the police, then who did it? Oh yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Just between the three of us, okay? What is it? It's top secret. You can't tell anyone, got it? Understood. Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see? I was so disappointed I just picked up my mouth guard and carried all the way home. Man, I got so much trouble when I left it on the couch. Is that it? That's it. Ah, whoever cleared snow away must have a reason. Although I can't even begin to imagine what that reason could be. Alright, so I think that's it. Unless there's something here. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. It looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it. Apparently, it belonged to the victim. To Miss Elise Stoneham? Yeah, there was a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cord found on both the victim and on this charm match exactly. This means that this charm definitely belonged to Miss Stoneham. This could be a really vital piece of evidence. Alright, so we get our next piece of evidence, the Crying Master's talisman. Alright, I think that's all we need to get. So I think that's it. Okay, so I guess we can leave now. So let's head towards... Oh, right. Let's talk. The investigation. So, how's the Inner Temple investigation going? We have the best scientific forensics team in the world working the place. Forensics team? And what was the outcome of this scientific study? Nothing, scientifically speaking. The place is as clean as a whistle. That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that? Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir. Of a stone lantern and a surrounding area that's not covered in snow. Correct? Oh, that was Von Karma talking. Sorry. That stone lantern and the surrounding area that's not covered in snow. Correct? That looked kind of fishy to me. You know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were... It's kind of hard to say, actually. I guess I better look into them myself. Alright. Maya. About Maya. Oh, did Mr. Goodell tell you yet? Yes, we heard. He's got a search party out looking for her, but there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on this side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal. Edgeworth? He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here. We'll have to wait, since she is the only one who can open the door to the secret cavern. Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal. Huh? I wonder what it is. Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down. I felt like I was drowning. Sounds pleasant. Alright, blood writing. Maya, so these letters are written in blood? Yeah. What's worse, it's the victim's... Yeah, what's worse is it's the victim's blood. Huh? This is Miss Stoneham's blood? We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal. Most interesting. Phoenix, right? I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down. You know what? That was really bothering me too. But I came up with the answer. The result of my own special gumshoe investigation. Really? Do tell. Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down. Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Stoneham wrote these letters herself in her own blood. You must be joking! That's impossible. From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, it seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of the murder, Miss Elise Stoneham. It seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Stoneham's murder. At least that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal. What? Alright, true crime scene. So, Miss Stoneham was killed here? However, you want to look at it? That's what people are saying now. Then, what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard at the main temple was... What was it? If that wasn't the scene of the crime, what did she see? What do you think, Ms. Von... surely a special gumshoe investigation would reveal the answer, no? But wait a sec. The bloody writing and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder had taken place, right? Sorry, but that's not an option, pal. Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix, right? Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible because a dusky bridge was completely burned out. I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men, which means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal. I can't think of a counter-argument to that. I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here. If this really was the scene of the crime, then I need to figure out exactly what it was that Bikini actually saw. Oh, wow. Alright, so let's head towards the inner temple gate now. And towards the bridge. And to the main gate. Alright. The Hazakura Temple main gate. It seems you have a visitor. Mr. Wright! Iris! I'm glad to see you. Godot managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency. Not him again. Never mind him. We've gotta hurry and unlock the secret cavern. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later? Alright. Let's hurry to the inner temple then. I'll see you later, Wright. Wait, Edgeworth! I'm coming with you guys! Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us. What? I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Fey is in a rather delicate position. What do you mean by delicate position? This isn't simply a rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere. Come on, Edgeworth. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, Wright. But it's Maya... Mr. Wright, all that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? Sorry. Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix, right? From now on, consider anything beyond the Dusky Ridge to be off limits. We'll be going now. Excuse us. This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix, right? Sorry, I had to drink some water there. Aren't there other things that demand your attention? She's right. Thanks for reminding me. Alright, so there's nothing we can do right now, but let's head towards that main hall. Because it's time. Sister Bikini looks like she's shrunk some since I last saw her. Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini? My. Hello, you two. How are you doing? From the sound of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down. Iris was just here, you know. She was accompanied by that handsome crimson-clad prince. Is she talking about Edgeworth? It was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault that this has happened. Poor Iris. She was worried about my back. Would you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And we'll see it. We'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain. Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. Mr. Bluesuits doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see. Huh? But me? Oh, yes. You did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular. You two are the only ones who've said that to me. I can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright? Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that, but I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break that psych lock of hers. Alright, here we go. Psych lock time. Elise Donen. Here we go. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Donen had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity. What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author, just an author of picture books. To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves that Miss Donim's true identity. So now I'm going to show her the Karine Master's talisman. Miss Donim had this charm with her at all times. Where did you... This isn't some cheap good luck charm either. Then... what do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean? It's a talisman, isn't it? Interesting. Oops. This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Donim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Donim's true identity. Here it is. The scroll. The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But this scroll shows off the Karine channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. This crest is reserved for the Master of Karine. Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about. The new Master, Maya Fey, told me. What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's the daughter? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. In fact, since her first daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor. Mystic Misty! Unlock successful. Alright, spill it. Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her in 17 years. That's when she disappeared. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? The Karine talisman. It's the symbol of the Master of Karine. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death. Until their death? So Elise Donim was really Maya's mother, huh? She was Misty Fey, the master of the Karine channeling technique. The truth comes out at last. It looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister, after 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well... Oh! Earthquake! What's happening? It can't be... Earthquake! Ah! Oh my goodness! The inner temple! This kind of tremor might... The inner temple? Of a secret cavern in the training hall. It might very well cave in. What? Maya! It seems to have passed. Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go. What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, I'll finish this later, alright? Of course. You run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready. Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. And we all know how Edgeworth feels about them. I wonder if he's alright. You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on. Let's go. Alright. Let's head towards the main gate. We've got to hurry to the inner temple and... Right. What are you doing here? How could I have... Huh? How did you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Yow! Hey, why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No! The defendant, Iris. She's gone. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What? So, it was just now, during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness, his fear of earthquakes. I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes, and I stupidly passed out. That incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. I can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she only could have escaped to this side. We haven't seen her. Then we need to get a manhunt underway now and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth, have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that this secret cavern might have caved in because of the quake. Then you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth. I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not... A manhunt is not needed. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall's sacred cavern now. Alright. Let's go. Alright, so now we are in the inner temple training hall. Fortunately, this sacred cavern didn't cave in. But what we found was something none of us would ever suspect. How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris! Iris, please tell me. What the heck is going on? Alright, to be continued. All right, I'm gonna take a little break, so I'll be right back, and we will finish this last part of the investigation. So, cut. Okay, I'm back. All right. So, before I get started, uh, let's recap two main things that we've just found out during this investigation. One, the murder scene. It turns out that it was not the Hasakura Temple courtyard turns out to not be the actual scene of the crime, but in the inner temple garden. That is where the true crime scene actually where it's at. And we've learned another thing about Miss Elise Donim. Turns out that in actuality, she is Misty Faye, the mother of Mia and Maya Faye. During the DL6 incident, she was involved in trying to channeling someone who was responsible for the death of Miles Edgeworth's father. But unfortunately, that same spirit actually lied. But we all know the truth, and because of that, a lot of people have labeled her as a fraud. So unfortunately, because of that, she went into exile for at least for 17 years. But now something, a certain incident or something, has happened that made her come out of hiding. But during that time, she started like a new life in a way. To as a children's book author, and she went under a new name, which is Elise Donim. But we now already know the truth of who she really is. Now the main question is, what made her come out of hiding? What was the real reason? Well, that all the more reason to continue on with the game. So without further ado, let's get started. Gotta save the game, otherwise, oh boy. Alright, so we're back at the good old Inner Temple Training Hall, so here we go. Right, is this what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What? During the earthquakes, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I came in here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look like you look a little pale in the face. Like you're the one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over this suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly. There's no telling what sort of mistakes you can make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in the corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have the pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix, right? I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. Alright. So how did she escape or something? Why did you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, but what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's doors, and who in the world would do something like this? The trick lock. These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Quran tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. And that's why only the other person who's set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who's set these locks? I don't think it's that simple for Francisco von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. That means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one. Yes. That's correct. What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there a way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose that if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it will take some time, won't it? Yes, about a day, if I had to guess. A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. You've got to wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. Alright, the night of the crime. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix, right? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hasakuda Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen at the same evening at the inner temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hasakuda Temple too. Being spotted at both Hasakuda Temple and the inner temple, it's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. Oh, no. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Alright, so there's something we can do right now because of this. But I guess right now, let's head towards the garden now. Yeah, I think this is where Edgeworth is at. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Oh, it's Edgeworth. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Hey! Don't you dare run away! What do you want, right? What do I want? If you came here to... oh, sorry, this is Edgeworth. If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the criminal affairs, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. Really? Something terrible, you say? Do tell. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual crime scene. Sorry. There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here and after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? Earthquakes! So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. I'm surprised he hasn't gone through the earthquake training tests that Japan has. You know, those simulators when it comes to earthquakes, typhoons or something like that. I'm surprised he hasn't gone through that simulation training. They do exist, you know. So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No. Thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were a little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big earthquake that hit the courthouse. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 3 years ago. You don't think I know that? I was there. But it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, right? There's Nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake, and not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? Alright, Iris. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. It felt like I've seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I've seen her in court before. So you went back to the CAD to look for her file. That's Criminal Affairs Department, CAD. To look for her file? Yes, I checked over every case file I've ever worked on, and I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court, and as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be a crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. That a woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hasakuta Temple, and neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Alright. Let's head back. There's nothing we can do. We've already investigated the area, so there's no point. Alright, here we go. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. Alright, let's head back towards the suspension bridge right now. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up in here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Let's go to Heavenly Hall. Oh, Mr. Nick. Pearls, what are you doing here? Nothing. What about, Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry, this is the loser shack. We're losers. I get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that? Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Sorry, excuse me. Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Laurice did a picture of me. That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't. I want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. All right, so let's have a look-see at that. His sketch. Larry, is there something you wanted to tell me about this picture? Hey, I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes forevermore. What am I gonna do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing. See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? It's supposed to be a Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy. No. It wasn't a dream. She really flew. Like, I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night. Excuse me, I burped. But, Mr. Loris. Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Trust me, all will be revealed later. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. Hey, what's that look of doubt on your face? Alright, the night of the crime. Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you, and what exactly were you doing when it all happened? I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick? Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Mr. Donan's room, reading a book together. But Miss Donan was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly that night? Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls? I don't like where this is going. I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick. Oh, yeah. I've been a bad girl. I know I'll be punished. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power, it has disappeared. What? Her powers have disappeared? How, though? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls? It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hasakuda Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps. Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm going to have to break her psych lock to get the truth out of her. Well, by that... Well, let me put it this way. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna spoil it. Though there is a reason why Pearl couldn't summon spirits. Well, the one she was supposed to summon. More on that later. All right, so let's head out towards the bridge again, because it's the only way to get to other places. All right, so let's head towards the main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini has gone back to the main hall already. I haven't seen Gumshoe for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. Alright, so let's head towards the main hall. Whoa! Hazakura Temple, main hall. Well, what's the damage? How is this secret cavern? It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it, about the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the secret cavern. But who? Who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Rhine tradition. We have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini. Oh, yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we? Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Khura'in disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple. It was about a week ago when Mystic Elise, no, I mean Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Khura'in tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them." Someone was trying to destroy the main family line? There's only one heir to the title of master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child became the new master of the Khura'in, well, master of Khura'in, and her daughters of the main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. Is the power of the master worth this much bloodshed? Alright, so let's... The Khura'in channeling technique. You believe in the technique, don't you, excuse me, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real. Yes, I do. It's been 3 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. during the Master Mask case and during Maggie Bird's trial too. There are more cases that she helped with, don't you know? Thanks to Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. The Karine technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead, that's choose a psychic power, you know. Maybe the traditions have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect a tremendous skill? I suppose so. With all that power and influence, I kind of expect you'd really be rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe it. People don't believe it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake. Time for backstory. Again. A mistake? What mistake? It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident. That incident? Is she talking about what I think she's talking about? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. The DL6 incident, huh? About that. The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 3 years ago. That's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history that the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Though Misty's channeling the name of a certain man surfaced, armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty. Oh, sorry, that was Phoenix. He was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And that case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the crime tradition openly involved. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Karine Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Karine tradition is starting to recover at last. But with the new master wielding the power of the clan, does she mean Maya? Alright, it's time to know about the family feud. The spiritual power of the Karine channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of the Fae family, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Ami, but with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master, and the ones who don't become branch families, right? That's right, and it's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too, an older sister named Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course. She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her, or to her mother, and lost her life as a result. Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition. Really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Maya got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt. Her aunt, sorry. That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty had superior powers, managed to usurp the master's seat from her. Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Morgan? There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now, at Maya's home, Kurine Village. What she did was terrible. It was also so she could make her own daughter the next master. I suppose if you know about Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris... Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this? That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? The plot thickens. Here we go. Morgan and Iris. Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's the daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh? Yes. Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child. You jest! That child, she's Mystic Morgan's... I had no idea. Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes, ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. What? The 3? Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl. What? Twin sister? Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Karine's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him. How awful! He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister, could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped me clear up a lot of details. Pearls has 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan. That's why she had pearls. It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confined her. So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. You're not kidding there, Phoenix. You're not kidding there. But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Alright, so we're done here. Let's head towards the courtyard. Okay. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? No motive, no crime, no motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Karine. Whoop! I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what everything's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would never have guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So, what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? The barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? Start talking. The investigation. So, how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden, and they're taking the bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean? I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in the sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal. They've been who said it? Mr. Godot. Godot? What did he mean by that? So, what is this letter he's talking about? About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt up old letter. Burnt up old letter? Yeah, it was in the middle of the incinerator, right outside the Inner Temple. The incinerator? I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to look at it. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it got no relation to the case. Spirit mediums? Alright, so we get our next piece of evidence, the burnt letter. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. Let's have a look-see at it. Alright, it says here, yeah, it is kind of burnt, so yeah, that's fine. Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear of a lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is... She is our ally. The Whole. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is, burn the... Also, make... Not... Tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. A burnt letter, but to whom though? Who was this letter meant for? We're gonna have to find out all about it later. I better give it a good look over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal. Alright, the murder weapon. So, what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Shichishito that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's when you're running around like a headless chicken. Looking for now, huh? Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me to tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? What is this secret? What is this secret weapon of yours? You want to know? You've got to think scientifically, okay? All right. The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. So, what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A miracle. A miracle. A metal detector. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you want to give a scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe or not? Yeah, sure. Let's play along. Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you. All right then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget, the absolute best. It's so sensitive, you could make it cry. It's so high tech, you could skydive off of it. Ooh, excuse me. Oh wow. Oh bother. So now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what you're trying to find out. Right. So first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal. Next, touch the... Yeah, this is automatically. So basically, it's the same rules from the previous game. So all you gotta do is check around. If you notice something that's metal, that check gauge will go crazy. So we're not worried about that. Oh, we found something. This is Miss Donim's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood, but the detector is reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, all right. I don't bother investigating unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? It's weird that this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Oh. The top is coming off. Look at what you've done. You've really damaged a really important piece of evidence. Ugh! That's a sword? Inside the staff? Is this... Could it be? The murder weapon? I never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially gave up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind worked. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about this hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure someone just wiped off it off after the murder. Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. It's about the same length as the Shichishito too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped out. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know? You're going to get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just... Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please. Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know. But I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and a testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think Maya's been murdered? Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of very Viridian there. Huh? Okay, just stop with that face, pal. One thing though, the staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, all right? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay. And now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. Alright, so the staff has been updated. So yeah, this staff turns out it has a sword inside there. Oh boy. Can't help but wonder, though. What was Elise Dodonim doing with the staff like this in the first place? Well, let's go to the main hall. Alright, so we're here at the main hall. Let's head towards the main gate. Alright, so now we're at the main gate. Let's go to the suspension bridge. Now we're at the suspension bridge. Let's go into the inner temple gate. Now we're here. Let's head towards the garden. And now we can present this to what is it that did we have to present? Was it this? The burnt letter? Oh, wait. I know. Profiles. Here it is. Hey, Edgeworth? Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right. I might just know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Alright, Dahlia Hawthorne. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Fallis, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes. Dahlia was like a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Fallis conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. Sorry, I moved my mic a bit. Apologies. So, after Terry Fallis died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? There is no need. Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. So, what happened to Dahlia? What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead? Edgeworth? I only just discovered this right, but I never knew about the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Hmm? Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been 6 years that the guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. You're about to be surprised, Edgeworth. You're about to be surprised. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch of family of the Quran channeling technique. Did you say Quran channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation that the police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case and you'll know. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then, you'll see that a Quran channeling technique is real. So yeah, we find out that last month, I guess during the or after the events of Recipe for a Turnabout, I guess, that they finally reached a verdict for the Dahlia Hawthorne's case from when she tried to kill Phoenix Wright. They sentenced her to death. This is the only thing I'll spoil. They hanged her. Yeah, that's how the execution went down. She was hanged. and I'll leave it at that. I think there should be more information on that when we reach the trial. Alright, so let's head towards the training hall, because it's time. Time to present the Magatama. Alright, here we go. The night of the crime. I think it's time you told me the whole truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in the room at Hasakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I wanted to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Sister Bikini. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini? Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back acts likes to act up. Excuse me, violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hasakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you. She spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on that night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So, I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Let's see, where is it? Oh, sorry. Switch! Iris's hood. You yourself testified to the contrary. Don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. Mr. Wright? We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No. That's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time you were ringing the bell at Hasakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent... there's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time, which means there must have been two of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible. Impossible? I wonder. The way you were trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me. That would be Dahlia Hawthorne. I have a firm grasp of this situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps. That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said yourself a second ago, my sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground for the Quran channeling technique. That night, someone channeled the Dahlia spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Alright, spill it. The night of the crime. I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. It was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me before? Because my sister always does the right thing. Excuse me? And because I mustn't I could get in the way of what she's trying to do, I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way. What is she talking about? The traitor. You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That was the start of it all. It twisted her entire destiny. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her. How did you betray her, Iris? It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing. What? But I got scared, so I ran away. What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? It's awful. But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money. Huh? It was revenge on our father. Revenge? What is this revenge she speaks of? What do you mean by revenge? He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to evil. Her mother. She must be talking about Morgan Fay. Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurine. That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother. But before long, the credibility of the Kurine tradition hit rock bottom. Of a new master, Misty Fay made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hit dive, and that he had no reason to stay there. And that's when you came here to Hasakuta Temple? Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see. Oh, and I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered spiritually and emotionally. I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I have asked her everything. I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fay clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me. What is it? During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned the lawyer, she began relations with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him? Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts. I see. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There's still much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise. Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Psych Lock. Alright. We're almost done. So let's head all the way back to Heavenly Hall and present the Magatama to Pearl. for the bridge. And to Heavenly Hall. Look at that. They really did make a fire. Right in front of the shack. Oh! Mr. Nick! You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Alright, here we go. The night of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donim's room, reading a book together, correct? Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end. You didn't go? No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous. So Pearls never went to Miss Donan's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? The Inner Temple. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went. Sorry. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what are we so worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay? You mean, you know? If I'm right, will you to tell me the whole truth? Okay. You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. Maya Fey. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you, considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those you channeled. Sister Bikini. Sorry. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hasakuda Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple. Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple? It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started, but there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock. Until after 10 o'clock? Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out. She heard of a lights out bell? The Hazakura temple's bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have a really good hearing. I was trying to pick up the sound of that bell. That's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible. So she was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell? Huh? Oh, I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. Switch. The burnt letter. You were given some instructions to follow that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper. Ah! Where did you... In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing. These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls. For me? I know. As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear of a lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit where were you supposed to be channeling? Taking it into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit, whose Pearls have been trying to channel. Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was Dahlia Hawthorne. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. Ah! It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris who Sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions. I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you've never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Who else? Morgan Fay. Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? Yeah, I don't know how the sound of ba-dump means, so don't. I'd rather not know. But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why. How did you... I figured it out. The person who wrote this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Uh. Alright, Pearls. It's time you started telling me of the truth. Mr. Nick, I... Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child. Huh? If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof. What? Because I don't think you have any. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you. I knew it. However, I do know that whoever did it was a child. Huh? How do you know that? It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. A simple mistake? What do you mean by that? I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you've been given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. The curry-filled scroll. Yes, I'm saying curry, not gravy. I don't care what the localization says. It was you who splattered curry on this hanging scroll, wasn't it? What? Why would I do something like that? Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right? How did you know that? Remember the conversation you had with Miss Donham on the night of the murder? Perhaps we could read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Mr. Donham taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounds like... this is Pearl talking. Gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food. And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from the night of the roast. Yeah, I kind of skipped that by accident, sorry. To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea. Just a tiny bit. I really am useless. I didn't even manage to burn the letter properly, as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, I couldn't even do it right. Whew. Now, the night of the crime. Here we go. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of leftover gravy. The gravy? I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the master of crime, like it said in the letter. I see. And then? Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because all of the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area. The guest area? Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over. Why didn't you just go to the training hall? Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, so I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then Pearls? Did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it. Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple. Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but the Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator. Then I heated leftover gravy and let off steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll when you cried. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. Alright, lost powers. So, why does Pearl think that she lost her powers? We're about to find out. It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear of a lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring. So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit? No. I tried, but I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it? I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time, but I just couldn't do it. Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Yes, I don't know what to do. Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though. Could you please tell me what it is anyway? It could happen if someone else was already channeling of the same spirit. Someone else? What do you mean? Well, there's only one of each spirit, right? Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. There you go. There's your reason why Pearls couldn't summon Hawthorne. Was because someone else had beaten her to the punch. So there you go. Someone else channeled of the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Her final wish? Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Morgan's letter. My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary. Yeah, I know, Pearls. I visit her every month. And last month, she told me the time wouldn't have been we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter is hidden. My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much. Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right? She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick? I guess so, yeah. There was a picture with her letter too. A picture of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time, pretty weird, huh? Like, Larry knows anything about this stuff. There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before. That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Alright, so our burnt letter has been updated. Unfortunately, someone had opened it first before Pearl did. But who? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be all right. Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Huh. Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully obvious, oblivious is. Godot! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the one... you were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about... what was going on? What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime itself. Or in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all. Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true? It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow. Yeah. That's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick. My dear Pearl, You've done so well, my child. My pearl. It's better that you don't know. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now you are to take the place at the head of the Fae clan. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. Wow. Oh boy. Tune in next time. It's the finale. The final trial of Sister Iris and the finale of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulation. It's about to get crazy. Everything up until this point will be revealed in this final trial. So, until then everyone, take care and God bless. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and share with all your family and friends. If you're enjoying my content, consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to click that bell to receive notifications for new videos. Take care, and God bless.